r/nosleep, posted by Reddit user likeeyedid. I'm playing a game called Smile, but nobody taught me the rules. Part 3. My friends could be more mysterious at times. I knew exactly that they had reasons for playing this game that they wouldn't tell me about. That there were things they knew and wouldn't share with me. None of this was a coincidence. The game hadn't found us. We had found it. And every single one of us was in it to win, no matter what it took. Still, seeing the measures that my friends would have taken to win the game left a bitter taste in my mouth. I didn't like to admit it, but seeing my friend like that had woken a deep fear inside of me. Not only because I started to see how far he was ready to go for the game, but because I had never seen him happier at that moment when he almost sent a man to his death. The fear, however, was accompanied by a much stronger emotion: anger. I was furious. Lucas could ruin everything for us with his impulsive behavior. There were so many questions running through my mind, starting with how on earth we had won this round. There was a chance that Lucas thought he had cost the jester his life, but how would he have proved it? The man was alive and well because of Killian's quick decision-making. He had saved him. I was the one who simply followed, all while wondering if we were even making the right choice. Killian, on the other hand, didn't even bat an eye before running to save the one who was torturing us. Could I trust this new player? Or was he wearing a mask like everyone else playing the game? Killian and I got inside the next subway that arrived and made our way back to the side of town we came from earlier. I needed to talk to Haley about what had just happened, and Killian was nervous as their team hadn't completed the round yet. "Hey, that was your friend, right?" Killian asked as we sat down in the empty subway. We had been quiet for the past minutes, just collecting our breaths and thoughts. I nodded. "That's wild. Even from the distance I recognized him right away. His face hasn't changed a bit," he continued. "His face?" I asked. "He's wearing a mask in the photo. How would Killian even know what his face looked like?" Killian's face turned red, as if he just said something that he wasn't supposed to. "I mean, it looks a bit distorted maybe, but I don't know. Is he dangerous?" Now, I had no idea how to answer this question. Was my friend dangerous? No. Lucas, he's a decent guy. I have no idea why he would do that, I responded. "Lucas? I thought his name was..." Killian was interrupted by the loudspeaker announcing the next stop. "Oh shit, I need to get off. Hey, can I give you my number? I feel like we could help each other throughout this game." "Sure," I said, and we exchanged numbers. Killian got up to leave, but before stepping out, he turned around once more. "I'm sure we'll meet again soon. I'm rooting for you, Alex." He winked at me and left the subway. I had no idea how Killian knew my real name, or how he knew Lucas. I had no idea about anything that just happened. But for now, my focus was on getting to the apartment and talking to Haley. When I got inside, however, she wasn't there, but Lucas was, standing outside my front door. "Yo, we did it," he said and raised his fist in the air. The sight of my friend filled me with unspeakable rage, but before I knew it, I was pushing him up against the wall. "What the fuck, man? What the hell's wrong with you?" I shouted. Lucas stared at me with a confused look on his face. "We agreed we would only take a photo. What kind of psychopath are you?" I continued. Lucas pushed me away with an unexpected strength. "What's wrong with you?" "What's wrong with me? You're the one attempting murder for some shitty game. Was it worth the win, Lucas?" I hissed. Suddenly, I felt an arm pulling me away. "Whoa, what's going on?" Haley asked. No idea. Finn jumped at me for no fucking reason. No reason? He pushed the jester on the train tracks. He tried to kill him without showing any remorse. And then he had the audacity to smile. I felt my chest moving up and down. What train track? Dude, I was at the mall. I didn't even see the jester, Lucas said. Oh, then how did we win the round? I asked. I saw him, Haley chimed in, at the bowling center. She got the game phone out of her pocket and showed us the notification. Congrats, Team W. You earned 100 points. Try to aim for more next time. He was just jumping around from one lane to the other in the center. And the place was packed with other players wearing masks and some without. Everyone taking photos. They all seemed awfully normal though, Haley said. Well, good job, Haley. The mall was packed too with players, but I didn't spot any gestures, Lucas chimed in. You were not at the fucking mall, Lucas. What kind of shit are you trying to pull off? I almost shouted. Finn, calm down, Haley whispered. Whatever happened at the station? We made it. Can we go inside now, please? I was still furious, but Haley was right. We made our round. Our point score went up, and we each received a third of the money. They counted as a team effort. For now, we were safe, but I would have to keep a close look at Lucas. The next hours of the evening, I kept to myself mostly. I took a shower, got changed, and wrote down my thoughts. Lucas and Haley excitedly talked about their experiences. The way they described both locations, it sounded like a normal game. Lots of young people gathering around to catch something, just like they did when Pokemon Go came out a few years ago. All while I almost saw a man die. A text from Killian. We made it. My buddy caught a pic at the mall. He said it was crazy. People were trying to rip out the poor guy's ear, till security came. You guys alright? I walked up to Haley and Lucas in the living room to show them the text. Hey, I met another guy at the station today playing the same game. He was the only other one there, actually, I said. Lucas, you said there was no jester at the mall, right? This again? Seriously, Flynn. I left the mall after Haley texted. Maybe that dude showed up afterwards. Why do you have this guy's number, Finn? Haley asked. He asked for it, so we could help each other. Don't worry. I'm being careful. Now Lucas seemed angered. You don't trust me, but you trust some stranger? Ever thought you were going to run into some trap? Why were there no other people at that station? Haley's location and mine were both packed. Now that he mentioned it, it didn't really make much sense. I mean, sure, we weren't in the town hall, but the station underneath. Still, most people would have taken the subway there. You can't get to the center in a car. And we saw absolutely no one but the jester. Do you know what team he was on? I shook my head. No, but I could possibly recognize him in the photo if he's not wearing a mask. I scrolled through a bunch of pictures. More teams had gained points. There was also more whose photos turned gray with bloody frowns. There, that's him. I handed the phone back to my friends. It was Killian and one other guy. Flynn, their team is the second highest ranked one, Haley exclaimed. Wait a sec. I think I know these guys. They went to Martin High, Lucas said as he grabbed the phone away from me. Yeah, I've definitely seen them. One of them worked at the coffee house in the center. You know which one I mean? Martin. That was the town right next to the one Lucas and I were born in. The place that had ruined both of our lives. The place that we had left behind months ago to start over. We're basically on the opposite side of the country. This can't be a coincidence, Haley said quietly. He knew my real name, and he said that he knew you too, I said towards Lucas. God, I hate this sound, Haley said before she read out the notification we had just received from the game phone. Round 3. Figure out if you really know your friends. Lucas and I exchanged looks. This game knew exactly what was going on, and it was infuriating me. I was sick of being their game piece. I suggest we don't do anything before they send another notification. If they haven't changed the rules since round 2, Haley said. Yeah, to be fair, there isn't much we can do with this info right now anyways. We had no idea what to do with this information, or with the fact that Killian knew who we were. Haley suggested we texted him, but Lucas and I agreed to stay put for now. We decided to take turns staying awake, so that one person would be awake when we received the next clue assignment. It was 2 a.m., and I was the only one awake. Could I trust my friends? I was wary of Lucas, but the more I thought about it, the weirier I felt about Haley as well. She did know that we had to smile for the photo. She was the one who easily caught the gesture, and I still could swear that I had locked that window last night. But Haley stayed awake after Lucas and I went to bed. My phone buzzed. At first I thought it was the game phone, but that one only made that shrill sound. I had just gotten a text from Smile, the number that had called me on the first day. It read, "Lovely Alex, do you know your friends? Come to alone, and you might figure out who is fake and who is not." Alone. They had sent this message to me privately. It was clear what I had to do next. I made sure my friends were fast asleep before grabbing the knife, my mask, and getting inside my car. I didn't like going there on my own, but I had started to understand that this game took their punishment very literally, and I wouldn't like to find out what that looked like for this round. Besides, I didn't know what kind of messages Lucas and Haley might be receiving from the game. I had to watch out for everything and everyone. The address led me to the tallest bridge in town, the one that reached over the deep river with a steady stream. I didn't know what to expect me at this place, but about 20 feet away, I saw 2 figures standing at the railing. As I moved closer, I received a new message. Fake friends need to be punished, Alex. Save your friends and push the others to their death. Make the right choice and your team receives $100,000. I felt the knot in my stomach tie. I had a terrible feeling that I would be looking into the eyes of Haley and Lucas. A push from this height could cost someone their life. I wouldn't be able to do this to either of my friends. I thought I would try my luck to get some more information, so I texted back the number. What happens if I don't push either? I texted back. We consider you a fake friend too, Alex. You can spare your friends and choose to dive. For a moment, I thought about turning around and running, forgetting all this ever happened and escape somewhere they would never find me. But I knew that wouldn't be possible. They would just come for my family instead. And so, I took a deep breath and walked towards the 2 figures in the dark. As I got closer, I realized I'd been half right. It was Lucas, but Haley wasn't there. The other person was Killian. They were both standing on the other side of the railing, with masks on, so I could see the face of neither. Killian's legs were shaking, but Lucas's almost seemed calm. Lucas? I asked quietly. He didn't answer. Killian? I said next, but he didn't answer either. But I could still see his panicked eyes underneath the mask. Of course, I didn't know this boy well, but Could I really push him just to save myself and a friend? Even if I did kill him, I still wouldn't know for sure that I won us the round. I kept thinking and thinking, while Killian was shaking even more. Soon, he would slip, even without a push. How could I know for sure that Killian was the fake friend? I had only just met him, and Lucas had been acting particularly shady and dangerous. He was the one who lied and almost killed the jester. And then, suddenly, something clicked in my head. I collected all my strength and pushed Lucas over the edge.